Good evening. There's been no shortage of controversy over some of the moves Premier Doug Ford has made since being elected this year. One of his decisions to repeal Ontario's sex education curriculum for elementary students sparked backlash this summer, as well as confusion about what exactly will be taught in schools this year. Well, now the Toronto District School Board is hoping to make things a little clearer for parents. They say they're trying to strike a balance between what the province has dictated while still addressing the issues students are facing today.
Curriculum is an important driver in classrooms, but it's not the only driver. Teachers also engage in what we call the prompts that help our students learn effectively. Those prompts take into account who our diverse students are. Those prompts take into account the complexity of the world that we live in. Everything is not captured in a curriculum expectation. So though we honor and teach the curriculum expectations, we are required to engage important topics like health, well-being, safety, consent, for example. We still need to include issues of online safety, consent, issues around respecting and honoring diverse families, or our students who might be questioning gender or orientation. Though those things may not be in the expectations in 2010, it is still expected for us to ensure that our classrooms reflect all of those important realities and that we do teach them.
This week, the TDSB sent out a letter to parents with links to a guideline outlining the health and physical education curriculum they'll be using this year for grades 1 to 8. The version was last updated in 2010. They're reminding parents that sex education for high school students remains unchanged. Teachers will still be using the most updated version from 2015 for students in grades 9 to 12. The Director of Education says many critically important topics remain for elementary school students, although the wording may be different. Some of the biggest changes are around when children will be learning certain topics.
Something, for instance, like descriptions around sexual activity, which may have been in 2015 in grades 7 and 8, are now clearly in grade 9. For example, other examples, for instance, around naming body parts, for lack of a better term, which in the 2015 curriculum would be in grade 1, are now in the 2010 curriculum in grade 3. So there are some specific differences that we have alerted our teachers to, but for the most part, we wanted to encourage our teachers about creating those safe and inclusive learning environments, communicating to our parents what we will be doing and why, and then supporting any type of conflict that could emerge because of a lack of clarity or understanding.
Now, as for opting out of certain lessons, Moy says parents will be encouraged to discuss accommodation with teachers and principals, and it'll be dealt with on a case-by-case basis. However, requests to exempt students from learning about topics related to the Ontario Human Rights Code, like gender identity and sexual orientation, will not be granted, as has always been the case.